everybody, welcome to the Magic of Sapphire with Gemology Jen. I'm Gemology Jen. So since sapphire is one of the three precious stones along with its sister ruby and the beautiful emerald, it may be a bit intimidating to buy one if you don't know what to look for. So that is why today I will uncover the quality factors of sapphire and what you want to look for when choosing a blue sapphire for yourself. So let's dive right into it. So first and foremost is the most important factor, color. So color is the most important factor regarding its value when it comes to any gemstone, especially sapphire. So blue sapphire is a variety of species called corundum, and its crystal optical properties can show two different colors depending on the crystal orientation, so which way you look at that rough crystal. So you can have a green modifier, so it can be a greenish blue, or a violet modifier, so it'd be considered a violetish blue. So technically this is called pleochroism, which means two colors. So for all colored gemstones, especially blue sapphire, color has the greatest influence on its value. So what's the most valuable color of blue sapphire? So the most valuable blue sapphires are considered a velvety blue to a violetish blue. And you want to see it in a medium to medium dark tone, so not too light, not too dark, just right. You want to be able to see that nice blue color, and you want a strong to vivid saturation, so you want that depth of color to be really rich, a nice beautiful rich blue. So sapphires with these qualities command the highest prices per carat, and the larger you go with this beautiful color, the more per carat it will be, and we're going to discuss prices at the end, so you want to stay tuned for that. So the less valuable blue sapphires might have a bit of grayish to its tone, so it would look a little grayed out. And if it's too light, so you don't have enough blue, or too dark where it looks almost black. So you want to look out for those because that can lower the price per carat. And also if it has too much of its modifier. So if there's too much green, it can look a bit inky. And if it's too much violet, then sometimes it moves into that violet sapphire range, so it'll become its own variety of corundum. It will kind of move out of being a blue sapphire. And as a note, when it does come to color, it is very common for corundum, all sapphires, to be heat treated to improve its color and its clarity, depending on if it needs it. If it's not heated or it's unheated, you really want to have something like a GIA certificate or proof that it is unheated, because the price per carat will be a premium. It will shoot up, and because it's very rare to find an unheated blue sapphire. Sometimes they even heat a colorless sapphire to make it blue. There are some other treatments to make it that blue color, so you want to be wary of that. The next is clarity. So blue sapphires are considered to be a type 2 clarity, which means they typically have some inclusions. So it will usually have inclusions, but it's generally better than its sister, the ruby. Rubies usually have more inclusions than blue sapphire. So blue sapphires are with extremely high clarity, are rare, and they are considered more valuable. So what are the types of inclusions that you commonly see? You'll see things like needles, which are thin crystals. Actually, if there are a lot of needles going in one direction, you'll get what's called a cat's eye. And if you have needles, typically in sapphires, they'll go in every 60 degrees, and this will create that star sapphire. So that's how you get a star sapphire, is when these crystals are in arranged every 60 degrees and the light reflects off of them, you'll get that beautiful star. But if it has like needles scattered around, this actually is referred to as silk, and this can be very valuable in cashmere sapphires because it creates this velvety appearance, this sleepy appearance, which is very attractive in the trade. And what these needles do is it scatters the light and it causes that coveted visual effect without negatively affecting that sapphire's transparency. So that's really what's something that's valued in the trade, and you pay a higher price for that kind of sleepy look, so, or velvety look. Other clarity characteristics in sapphire are crystals, partially healed breaks that look like fingerprints, so it actually looks like the fingerprints that we have, color zoning, and color banding. So the last two, color zoning and color banding, these types of inclusions will negatively affect the color because you want an even color face up. So what the color zoning and color banding does is that it is an alternating color of blue and then colorless. So it kind of looks like stripes, or it could look like chevrons or V's, because it follows the angles of the corundum's hexagonal crystal structure. So you really want to stay away from something that has too much eye visible color zoning or color banding with those stripes or those kind of V chevron alternating colors. You want something that's an even color, something that's a smooth color. So that's really what you want to look for. Next is cut. So cut is influenced by the shape of the rough sapphire crystal, because the cutter will want to get the best color and the largest size that they can yield from that rough crystal. So it is most desirable to orient the cut so the stone shows more of a violetish blue color when it's set in jewelry, so face up. So when you look at it, you see a nice, beautiful, slightly violetish blue, because that is the most desirable color to have. So fine sapphires are usually cut as cushion or oval shapes. Usually you'll see the larger sizes in those particular shapes, and this is to maximize the color. But of course you can find sapphires in any shape. They are very popular as small baguettes or as triangles or trillion cuts, and they're generally used for accent stones, especially in antique styles. I'm sure you've seen a lot of those. Lastly, we have carat weight. So for blue sapphires, size does matter. Fine quality in large sizes are rare, and price per carat will increase dramatically. So blue sapphires can range in sizes anywhere from a few points, so even 1 point, to hundreds of carats. So large blue sapphires are more readily available than large rubies. Rubies actually will cost a lot more in larger sizes. However, most commercial quality blue sapphires weigh less than 5 carats. So larger stones over 5 carats are rare, but price will depend on color and clarity as far as how high the price goes. So now that you know what to look for when it comes to choosing a blue sapphire, you want to see more of a violetish blue, something with nice transparency, or have those needles to give it that sleepy velvety look. You want a nice brilliance or sparkle. You want to really see life in your stone. You want the color to dance a little. And you want a beautiful saturation that is not too light or too dark. If it is your preference to get something that's a darker blue or a lighter blue, that's perfectly fine. Colored stones are personal depending on what you love. So I'm just letting you know of what the trade values and how the value is put on your sapphire. So what I just described is the highest price sapphire. So if you prefer something different, that's perfectly okay. So next, we're just going to talk about how much you can expect to pay for a sapphire, right? So generally, sapphires that are around, this is blue sapphire, around a half a carat, go for about $350 to $650 per carat. So you multiply the price times how much the stone weighs. So if it's a half a carat, then the stone will be about $175 to $325, something around there. A 1 carat, for good to excellent colors and clarity, will be about $1,200 per carat to $2,600 per carat. You can see that large range from good to excellent. Lower a commercial quality you can get for about $130 per carat to about $300 per carat, and this will actually lack transparency, won't be as nice a color, things like that. Then when you shoot up to 3 carats, for good to excellent, you can expect to pay around $2,000 per carat to about $3,600 per carat, again depending on that color, how rich it is. So when you multiply it by the 3 carats, it comes to about $6,000 to about $11,000 for that stone. For lower quality or commercial quality, you can expect to pay $500 to $1,000 per carat, which is still a lot, but like I said before, depending on the color and clarity, the higher the carat weight, the more per carat you're going to pay. And then lastly, this is a screenshot of a company that sells blue sapphires, so you can get an idea of the different colors and shapes and what prices they are going for. So if you need any help in choosing a sapphire for yourself, you need any advice, you need a sapphire, I am here to help. So I hope you learned a lot, and I hope this knowledge makes you less intimidated when buying a blue sapphire for yourself. So have a great weekend and talk to you soon.